up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Jarrell Miller, Eddie Hearn. Get this, according to Hearn, most feared heavyweight Jarrell Miller, a real option for Anthony Joshua, says Eddie Hearn. He goes on to say, he says, he is a potential opponent for Anthony Joshua. He says, yeah, the beef is real. If Big Baby beats Fabio Wardley, why not? I think AJ would love to have another fight in America. AJ will fight anyone. I think the Big Baby fight is a big fight. While Joshua's primary target is Daniel Dubois and Tyson Fury, Hearn believes a fight with Miller, who he was scheduled to fight in 2019 before Miller's failed drug test, is a significant possibility if Miller defeats Fabio Wardley. And let me counterpunch. Finally, we get the fight that we wanted or should have got in 2019. If it wasn't for the failed drug test, that fight was being on. That fight was sold. Jarrell Miller did his part to sell the fight, but he also at the same time did his part to discard the fight. And I'm glad that Eddie Hearn is open to the idea, because regardless of what you say, people with failed drug tests, I think, deserves another shot. If they don't deserve another shot, they still get it. Let me give you an example. Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin 2. Okay. Gennady Golovkin tested positive for clenbuterol, regardless of the beef, right? In Mexico from the cow, that fight still happened. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, they're fighting again at some point, right? So because that needs to be done, that needs to be ran back, okay? This fight should be no exception, okay? These guys supposed to fight. That fight was supposed to happen, and I hope it does happen. Now you guys see the potential of why I want Jarrell Miller to beat Fabio Wardley, but he has to do that. I don't know if Eddie thinks he's going to beat Fabio Wardley, maybe not, but I do feel that that fight should have always happened. Most importantly, Anthony Joshua gets to redo something that he hasn't done since 2019, return to America and right the wrongs, okay? Because when he fought Andy Ruiz the second time, of course, that was in Saudi Arabia. He needed to be back in Madison Square Garden. I think they should return to the beginning, Madison Square Garden, Jarrell Miller versus Anthony Joshua. I didn't really care for, hey, the focus point is Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois, but I always wanted to see that fight. So it's a personal thing for me, because this was the first guy, Jarrell Miller. He was the first guy that got Anthony Joshua out of his element, unglued, pissed off, okay? And he was pissed off, and he wanted to wreak havoc on Jarrell Miller based on the things and the antics that Jarrell Miller had to say about AJ. And I do believe, Eddie Hearn, I do believe the animosity is real. I don't think that that's made up. I don't think that they're going to kiss and all that after that fight's over, regardless of who wins and what happens. I think those guys genuinely do not like each other, period. And I think if two guys dislike each other, and we learn from the days of reckoning that they don't like each other to this day, and I think something has to be done about it. If you have a beef with someone, remember in school, someone's talking shite and capping off. And what happens? Hey, you want to meet me after school? Meet me at 3 o'clock in out back. This is what should be, okay? So I like the idea. I think Anthony Joshua could full circle. I think he should have fought Jarrell Miller by now, but it is what it is. I'm just glad Eddie Hearn is up for it. I'm just glad that there is an opportunity for Jarrell Miller. And I think if Jarrell, I know he's heard this, hey, let's get Fabio Wardley out of there. Let's take it to him first, convincingly. Okay, not another Andy Ruiz and this, that, and the other. No, let's take Fabio out. Okay, because Fabio will be back. Styles make fights, and let's see if those styles come together. But to see a Big Baby Miller fight, to see Anthony Joshua get his revenge on his whole career. Because remember, Anthony Joshua was undefeated at the time. He was the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF world champion, okay, at that time. And he's supposed to fought another opponent, which was a voluntary, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, because he just sparked out Povetkin in the WBA mandatory. Okay, so he's done his just due, and I think he needs the opportunity to do so. And for him to kind of swoo that to the wayside, I always thought was kind of lame, because it's like, hey, listen, you need to fight Jarrell Miller. You need to show that, hey, I can shut this dude up. Not Daniel Dubois, not Andy Ruiz. No, you, because you decided to pick Jarrell Miller to fight because he was talking so much shite. Bars. But no, this is big news to me. You guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn open to a fight with Jarrell Miller. If Jarrell Miller can beat Fabio Wardley to take on Anthony Joshua, finally, of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.